Microchip saves doomed dog from inevitable fate. Robles was a happy family from Texas. Icela, her husband, and her two kids Jeslyn and Joshua were cherishing life like any other family. They would eat and sleep together, go for picnics and holidays. Life turned even better when they adopted a loyal friend. The Robles always wanted to have a dog to add a little spark to their life. When they came across Lola, a young adorable golden labrador, they fell in love with her beautiful fur and cute smile. They knew that she was the one they wanted to bring home to join their family. Lola would run around the entire house with the kids playing and goofing around. Icela was happy to see her kids happy and enjoying the company of their furry friend. But life had another say regarding the happiness of not just her children, but hers and her husband's as well. On a sunny Sunday afternoon, Icela took her kids to a friend's birthday party. She left her husband sleeping on the sofa and Lola in her kennel. Everything was going normally, but upon her return, Icela didn't find her house the way she left it. The first thing Icela did when she came back home was serve food to Lola. She took the dog tray to her kennel. Lola wasn't there, which was unusual of her. Icela looked for Lola everywhere around, from the lawn to the front gate, but she was nowhere to be seen. Icela's heart sank. She panicked and she felt her feet trembling. Something bad happened to Lola. She went inside her house and asked her husband and kids if they have seen Lola anywhere, but no one has seen her after she went into her kennel. All four grew worried and started looking for her in the house. They searched the entire house, but to no avail. They searched everywhere from bathrooms, bedrooms, kitchen, and even inside of closets and under the covers, but the dog was nowhere to be seen. Icela immediately went to the next door neighbors and asked about whether they've seen their retriever anywhere around. No one had a single clue as to where their beloved pup went. The Robles were starting to be flooded by all sorts of negative thoughts. Did someone steal their Lola? Has something happened to her while she was absent? Icela was tense, and what made the situation worse was the crying of her kids and the drape of sadness embracing them. They thought they lost their best friends, and that's no easy pain for a kid to deal with. Jeslyn and Joshua could not bear the pain of their missing fur buddy. They refused to eat or sleep. All they cared about was finding their Lola. Their parents were helpless and didn't know what to do to alleviate the pain of the kids' fragile hearts. The family kept searching for the lost pooch for months, but a year passed by and there were no traces of Lola. The little hope they had was now lost. They'd accepted her departure and were praying that maybe some other family adopted her and that she was somewhere warm and happy. Despite the fact that the Robles got Lola microchipped right after they adopted her, not a single call was received as to her location. Lola ran out of the house many times, but always came back, except for this one time. The Robles had to accept the fact that they lost their pooch. They made peace with her departure and stopped looking. Until one day, Icela was called by someone who was talking about a golden Labrador. Lola had been lost for too long. Icela did not know what happened to her golden pup, and all she could think of was that something horrible had happened to Lola. The Dallas Animal Services were calling Icela to tell her that they had found Lola alive and well. For a few minutes, Icela could not speak out of happiness. She couldn't believe that her beloved pup found her way back and that she was well and alive after all this time. The Dallas Animal Services informed Icela that her dear pooch is perfectly healthy and doing absolutely fine. They were able to locate Icela via the microchip. Icela was overwhelmed that her dog was in good condition. For the last year, the dog had been properly taken care of wherever she was. Now that Lola was safe and sound, it was time for her to go back home. Icela drove all the way to Dallas to be reunited with Lola. She had tears in her eyes when she embraced her pet after a year of morbid absence. She made Lola sit in the boot of the car and drove to her home. One of her friends filmed the entire scene when Icela surprised her kids with their returning fur friend, and their reactions were just priceless. Everyone in the Robles family was very happy and could not stop hugging one another. The family who had lost their smile ever since they lost their beloved Lola got it back with the return of their golden pet smile back with Lola's return. Icela, and her kids showered Lola with kisses and hugs. Lola reciprocated it by licking them and roaming around them nonstop. She was running around the lawn and playing like a little pup. She was home at last. The kids were curious to know how their mom got to find Lola again and bring her home. Icela told them that Lola was found on the streets and Elle was later taken care of by Dallas Animal Service. She further said, because she has a chip, they were able to call us and say, "We found your dog." Lola was barking and Icela's kids were laughing and smiling. The video of the reunion was shared online, and the Dodo published it on Facebook with a caption reading, "This dog is about to reunite with her family after she was missing for over a year." The video got many reactions, likes, and shares. People could not hold their tears when they saw the reunion. It was an emotional moment, and even in the comment section, there were comments reading, "Okay, I'm crying but tears of joy." Another comment read that this reunion happened mostly thanks to Lola being chipped. It further read, "It's so important to get your pets chipped. That way dogs like Lola can be found and returned to their proper homes." The Robles were now a happy and complete family once again. Their dog came back to fill their house with joy and energy they lost when she first disappeared. Microchip your dog. You may save their life.